Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
You know what? I need your help this morning. If you turn around and greet somebody beside you, just turn around and just say, good morning. Thank you for coming. All right, quick question for you. The person that you were speaking to, do they have a frown on their face? No. Were they happy this morning to see you?
Yeah.
And how about you? Were you excited about being here?
Yeah.
Guess what? I've just nominated you to be a greeter and an usher. All right. See, it's not hard. In the house of the Lord, there is freedom. You're free to be you and who you are, but with a smile on your face. And as people come in, we want to welcome them into the house of the Lord. Whether they know Christ, as my husband has said, as Pastor Colin said, as Pastor Tom said, the point is that we are out there, we're accepting of who they are as they walk into the door. Because Christ says, come as you are. He didn't say change this, wear this, look like this, and one color, and you can't do this and you can't do that. He said, come as you are. And as a greeter, as we're standing at the door, we're saying, welcome to my house. Okay, when people come to your house, you don't stay in your kitchen and they're knocking on the door and they're like, okay, well, they're going to let me in or what? Or the door is open and then you never see anyone. Eventually they come out and they say, hey, how you doing? Even if it's your mama, you're going to say, hey, Mom, how you doing? And I'm still doing whatever I'm doing. But in the house of God, this is your house. Feel free to go and shake that person's hand, sit beside somebody new, as Pastor Thomas said. And then sign up in the back, because we need some help. We need some hospitable people in the house of God with a smile on their face who are willing to sit and teach someone else that may not know the love of Christ. Because you are the example. You are the first impression that they see. They walk into your house and you got a frown on your face. I'm good for that. I'm good for that. But I still love you, and I love the Lord. And therefore, I am the example of Christ to you here on earth. He sees us. They see Christ's love through us. Okay? So in the back, there's a sign-up sheet. Please feel free to sign up, and we'll gladly appreciate it.
I know you appreciate these people and what they bring. They're good people. We are incredibly fortunate to have them along. You might want to be involved with our Spanish ministry. They meet every Sunday night at 6:30. They call it Spanglish, which is half English, half Spanish. And but they meet on Sunday nights. Maybe that's a place you can get plugged in. These are some of the things that I'm kind of overseeing. One of them is small groups and discipleship. This is huge for us in the fall, which Florida fall is August. When school starts back, for us to continue growing healthy, and for you to grow in a healthy manner, you are going to have to be in a small group. We have got to have healthy small groups starting this fall. And so we are looking for people who want to host it in your home, where you have 6, 8, 10 people over. Maybe you want to meet at Panera. You can meet whenever you want. It doesn't have to be on Sundays or Wednesdays. It can be on Tuesdays, Thursdays, whatever. But we need people that be willing to host. We need people that are willing to lead or to teach. And this small groups, we do 3 different kinds. We have interest-based small groups. For example, our karate ministry functions as a small group. We have men's and women's, which is special interest. We have activity groups. And then we have study groups, which study something specific. But in the fall, you're going to need to be in a small group. And we need some of you to host. And if you'd like to do that, you can sign up for that in the back. Pastoral care is an interesting one. Many of you are gifted to do this. The 2 folks who do it the most for me are Don Goff and Nibi Dorico, visiting people in the hospital, making phone calls, hanging out with people, loving on people, and they're great at it. And yeah, Frank and Julie, amen. But what I'll tell you is, it's just like when Miss Clinton goes over to another country on behalf of President Obama. When they show up, that represents your church and represents your pastors. And they do a great job with that. Maybe that's something you'd like to be involved in. Maybe you want to be involved in missions or community outreach. Whatever it is, there's a sheet in the back for you to sign up. And basically what we're doing is we're locking the doors and you're not getting out of here until you sign up for something. But I do want to clarify just one thing. Juanita said she's looking for hospitable, not hostile people. You need a place to serve, and we need you to find your place because we need you to be healthy. You can't just be a source of life or a source of food. You got to be a source of life for somebody. Leadership's about service. It's not about a title. It's not about recognition. Not about getting pats on the back. That's not why we do this. We're here to serve people. It's not about you having time or being too busy or tired. You've done it for 40 years, whatever. If you've raised good kids, good. Go help somebody else. Okay? But it's time that as a family that we step up, because here's why. By the end of summer, we have to hit the 300 number consistently, because we're up against this lid. And statistics will tell you that if we don't bust through that 250 to 300 number quickly, we'll go back to 130 people. And I'm not going there. The bus is leaving. We're going on. And we need you to do your part. And here's why. It's because that's how we'll maintain healthy growth. It's by constantly reinventing ourselves and recreating ourselves. Some of you are like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. Well, I'm glad you asked. In the seat in front of you, there's a Neapolitan ice cream colored postcard. That's next week's series. It's for the whole summer. And we're picking up with where we left off last summer with the Sermon on the Mount. Every one of you, by the time August gets here, needs to bring one guest. And if we do that, we'll have no trouble sustaining growth. Now that means if you're a couple, you got to bring 2 people. Okay? It's not one per family. It's one per person. So if we have the 200 people that are here fairly regular, bring 200 guests in the next 90 days, we'll have no trouble not only sustaining the growth and the momentum, but there'll be such energy and such excitement because you'll see people, their lives change. We had a young man last week, not only prayed to receive Jesus on Friday, but then the next Wednesday night was baptized. Okay, that's happening around here. Okay, that happens. Doesn't happen in some churches. It doesn't, because they're stuck in this little mold where they're taking care of themselves. Okay, we're looking for these people down here, and that postcard is your ticket. Just say, hey, my pastor's doing this new series. It's going to be real practical. It's real laid back. Come and check it out. That's what we're asking you to do, to be a source of life for someone else. I hate this phrase. Pastor, I'm so sorry. I have to leave. I'm just spiritually malnourished. That's your fault. I'm sorry, but I love you enough to tell you the truth. If you're starving to death spiritually, it's your fault. We're not serving Jell-O here. We don't serve pixie sticks, Jesus here. You're being served meat and potatoes, and if no other time, the last 6 weeks have been absolute food. And if you're starving to death, that's your fault. And if you're going to depend upon the church for your in-depth, deep worship, then you need to go figure out how to do it on your own. And if you're going to count on the pastor to spoon feed you all day long, you are going to starve to death. Because some of this, you have got to learn how to feed yourself. I'm not here to serve you baby pabble forever. The Bible talks about you getting served milk. No. We serve meat and potatoes around here because we're looking for people that want to grow. And the truth is, we're not malnourished, we're spiritually obese. We've been feeding, and we're dying and we're lazy because we're big, fat, and lazy, and because we haven't given life to someone else. And that's why we need you to assume your part in that process right there. Because this guy down here is counting on you. And you don't know who that is. That could be a child today, it could be someone at work. I watched the Magic game last night, and I was screaming at the TV, just like you were. Don't shoot! Oh, yeah! Come on! Just like that. And how easy it is for me, fat and lazy, laying in my bed with my remote control. Right. You know what? That's not the same as having 240-pound, LeBron James running at you with a full head of steam going to knock you over. Okay? It's easy at home. And what we're inviting you to do is get out of the stands and get in the game. Put on a jersey, put on a helmet, put your mouthpiece in, strap it in, and get in there and bang some heads for Jesus. That's what we're asking you to do. Right? Because that's what's best for you. It's what's best for you. So here's how we're going to do this. In a minute, we're going to take the offering like we always do. We're going to sing a song. But before you leave, go back to the tables. Look at the opportunities. Pray about it and sign up for something. Come, get on the bus, and get on your seat. Because it's going to be a great ride. So you go sign up online, under resources on our website is an Excel spreadsheet. Take the spiritual gifts test. If you haven't already done that, email it to Juanita. And then one of the pastors will call you. We'll help you find out where you can fit in. Okay? That's the plan. There are people counting on us. People counting on us.